Hello, guys and girls. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'll be showing you an RSI strategy that can help you um make more money in the market, especially if you are interested in trend trading, for example. So without further ado, before we get into it though, can you like this video? Yeah, I think if you look at this video and also the content that we put up on this channel, put a lot of work into each video, each strategy we get, and each strategy we test for you and demonstrate. And I think if you were to like this video, it will be able to promote the video to other people um, who are interested in trading, stock trading, forex trading, any other trading, futures trading, for example. Um, all those people who are interested in those kind of things can benefit, especially when you like this video. And if you like what we are doing on this channel, then you should consider subscribing so you can get more content like this that can help you with your trading journey and realize your goals of financial freedom. So what are the strategy we have until? Well, this strategy we have entails, the formation of support and the breaking of that support. So if price breaks your support, right, you usually expect price to, extend in the direction that it's already set. So let's say we have this for the buy, and let me try and draw this level, right? If price was to break that level, for example, and it broke it, you probably have your stop order there, and you buy, hoping that price keeps going. And the same would be true with a sell, for example, right? That you have this level there, then price would have broken this level, and then you expect price to extend down. This is standardly, like, this is a standard of what we normally expect from the market. Try and draw these zones using these boxes, these rectangles, for example, right? So you can more clearly see it. This is standard what we expect. And if you are interested in trend trading, and this is like one of the basics, it's like 101. But how do you filter your trade? How do you make sure that some of these fake out levels, for example, so you are not buying them? Well, you can use the RSI, for example, and have an RSI of a period of 14. It is the basic RSI default settings. And this is JPY on the 15-minute time frame. And what we do with this strategy is that if price breaks our level, we wait till, our RSI confirms it that it's at this point there's momentum. And if the momentum is seen on the RSI and our price is near our entry position, or even at our expected entry position, or the position of where we had a break in structure, for example, then we want to buy if price broke a high, and we want to sell if price broke a low, for example. So we'll have our stop loss at the end of the retracement. Usually, wherever the retracement ended, like with this one, for example, in this picture, uh, you have your retracement, ending there, and that's where you put your stop loss. And you target your target must be two is to one away. So whatever you are risking, if you are risking $100, you are expecting 200 in return, and so on. But one way of making sure that this strategy has a better win rate is if price moves 1 to 1, it moves as much as you have raised, you move your stop loss to break even at least, or you move it into structure, wherever you can put it, but in profit, so that if price was to return, it's a risk-free trade at that point. And um even if you hit your stop loss, it hits your stop loss in profit, and it's a profitable trade in the end. So without further ado, I have a few simulations so that you guys can see clearly how this strategy being used in the wild. This is 2004. So it's actual data, real data for BPJPY. This is in January, and let's do a few trades, and hopefully you guys can get enough and see. So what you want to see from the RSI, and let me go over again, is that if we have this high initially, right? If the RSI is your new high, your RSI is making a higher high, for example, then you are buying, right? And if the RSI is making a lower low for the old low on the RSI, then you are selling. That's it. That's how you break use the RSI's momentum, because the RSI is, basically using like momentum and how price is changing to make its own calculations and draw what's on the chart. So if it tells you that there's more momentum, and there's a good chance that, apart from just the break, right, that there's a good chance that price will go up, and it's because maybe buyers are stepping in, for example, or sellers are stepping in, for example. But like with all trades, you have to make sure you have your risk management, and I've outlined that with our 2:1 risk to reward, and hopefully with a few trades, if you do get those kind of trades where you have to manage our positions, you guys can see um, how that is in the wild. So without further ado, let's get to the back testing. And I may have to increase the bar of the RSI for you guys to more clearly see as time goes on. But I don't want it to conflict with the size of our screen. So I'll have it like this. So we have these highs, right? You have this high, for example, and the price is able to bring it and show us on our RSI better, more momentum. Like it's price is showing us on the RSI that it's closing above this high, for example. Then we are going to look to buy, and that's pretty much it. You could have also, and we can even go back a few candles, and you could have also done so for the sell, for example, right? This area, this wick set the original low, right? And if you look at the RSI, what does it correspond to? It corresponds to this. But then we had a break and a close here, and this is way lower than this, if you can see. Let me see if we can even draw. I don't know if you see, we have this low, and now the price has broken that low, and the RSI is showing us that there's way more momentum here, for example. And now momentum is showing us that we have this, for example. So you can see it has a lower low here. So it's telling you that if there's a break, and there's a break here, for example, it makes sense to sell. And I know you guys can see that it moved to profit, for example, but this is still a good show of an example that you guys can see. A good demonstration. Right? It's 31 pips. No, I'm a sell stop. Can even go off on a market order, for example. About 60 pips makes sense, and price broke it, and we did at least 1-to-1, for example. We did at least 1-to-1, and I know price retraced, but we did at least 1-to-1. So at this point, you can close it, or you can, you could also have your stop loss at entry if you want. Usually I secure some profits, so that's why I did that. And now we have a break of this high, like I was originally expecting, but the RSI isn't showing that yet. So it's kind of showing we've had a break of the high, but it's not showing us that yet. So right now we are just waiting to see if that happens, or if not, then showing us that there's winning momentum, and like there's maybe some divergence, and then we don't want to be in a trade in that direction, for example. But you can even see on a more like short-term time frame, you have this on a more short-term structure, have this high being formed, right? Have a high being formed on this candle. The candle going down, and you see price is breaking that high on the RSI also, and as is also breaking here. So it makes sense to buy, have your stop loss below this 30 pips being risk, 2 lots on a $10,000 account, and it's a buy. Price is already down 1-to-1 at this point. You just move your stop loss to break even, and I have to set our TP at 60, around 60 pips, so 63, for example, and price just retraced, but we are protected regardless, and we are just going to look for another opportunity again. And now we have a break and close about this level, right? But unfortunately, we are not getting the RSI to be, I'm showing us that is, but I think it is doing that now. No, it's not. It's not doing that. So let's just watch price keep moving, and it could still go up, and it did. It did in this scenario, right? It would have done TP, but you are using RSI as a filter in this example. So you just don't take just any kind of trade. Um, Again, we had these lows, right? These lows were set, and then there's a break. And you can see that the RSI is having a lower low here. And let me use the line to you see a low is set here, but on the RSI it's even lower here. So it makes sense to sell. Then you have your stop loss just above structure, for example. It's above the retracement, 44 pips. Anyways, and price move a bit quickly. 48 pips, so that's like times two is like 100 pips. Then just secure something. Price just retrace and hit us to stop, take profit. Sorry, our stop loss. We had this break. Price just keeps going. So let's look for another one. And now we do have one here, right? This level was broken, and then move a candle back. And even before that candle was set, right? The level was broken, and on the RSI, had already made a higher high. So it's telling you that there's so much momentum. So we don't know if it will go. So, but like, for example, like this, you could have anticipated that one and put a stop order. That would make sense. Two lots, 39 pips being raised. 80 pips makes sense. Excuse me. It says the execution price is too close. Okay, this is good. Okay, and then you get a buy, and you can say this is a stop loss. You can do anything, but because of a risk reward, for example, over the long term, you're supposed to make money on this strategy. So it's going, and it looks like we're in a consolidation. So that's not fun. But price is already down 1 to 1. Up about $1,000. So we're looking about 80 something pips, 83. Secure some profits. Prices have take profits. So I've won all trades, but I'm still looking for when we have to manage bad trades. For example, and let me go back a few candles. You see, this is actually too small. And then again, the RSI wasn't I'm doing well. But then we go back and let me a few candles and try expand because you're doing multiple things at the same time. It's a bit tricky. So you have this zone, this area, this level has been set. And you see the RSI is still not following us. Even when we go a break and a close, the RSI is not following suits. And it just never does. So by the time it actually does, it actually never did. Price is way gone. So okay, that's another example of when price the RSI can filter out also probably like good trades, but we are looking at losing, right? We don't want to lose trade, so that's what mainly the RSI is helping us, and it's helping us put trades of momentum. When you see we have the high sets here, then the RSI is breaking this high. Its level is breaking the high. What do we do? We buy. It's already done. So buy again. 32 lots being raised, 82 pips being raised. 2 lots. Again, the RSI is confirming there's momentum. Let's see how it goes. And it's a losing trade. Let's keep going. At risk to reward. So because even though we lost, still in profit. Let's just look for one. And again, the RSI is already creating lows. Like there's this low here. Let me use this highlight too. I hope you can see because I have it's a bit hard. Let me see if I can maximize. So we are here. Price I've already said it's low. It's visiting these lows, but you look on the RSI. This low was initially set here, right? It's this is above, and now price on the RSI is showing you that there's enough momentum that even though the low has been cleared, on the RSI too, that low part has been cleared. So what you do is you sell 2 lots, just put above structure as your thickness of the retracement, 45 pips. That's about 90 pips, so maybe 95 is in order. You're selling, and let's see where price goes. For example, when 1 to 1 is done, or 1 to 1 wasn't done, we lost again. But if, for example, 1 to 1 was done, we just move out, stop loss to break even. And again, we have a rectangle here because there's this low. And what's the RSI doing for us? So this low was initially set here, and RSI has already, gotten past that low. So what do? You put your um, you sell stop loss just around or above level 85 is being raised. So 2 times. We're hoping at least for 1 to 1 that can be in a respiratory. Again, I really wonder if price did 1 to 1. Maybe the scale makes price this movement. And I believe at this point it has done 1 to 1. It's moved about 1 to 1. So you can just secure some profit and hope price keeps going down. And again, it hits our stop loss. But we're looking for one of those trees where we hit, take profits. And when those trees do come, that's when the account goes even more quickly. Let's go. And let me go back a few candles. Right? We have this high set initially, right? Now we are having a break. We had a break, but still it's just not good enough on the RSI. So you watch it, it goes, but the RSI is going to filter out like the battery, for example. So it's a trade-off. And we keep going. And let me go back a few candles. So this is another good example. It might be very small, but we have this zone, this level set. The RSI is breaking it, for example. So then you are selling 34 pips. So you're going times 2, that's about 68. So about 70 makes sense. And price as its best go to how many pips? Like 61. So then you'd have secured some profit. Yeah, then we keep going, but I'm still in profit. It's a good strategy, still in profit, which is the core of what we want so far. And again, let's go back a few times. I keep missing these because I'm talking too much when and I'm not setting the high so that you guys can clean it. So I'm sorry about that. But so we set this level, for example. If there's a break of that level, which there was here, we look at the RSI, is it corresponding, for example? And it is here. So what are we doing? We are buying, have our stop loss just below structure. Then 2 times, it's basically just is that hopefully that's 1 to 1. I think it has this. Never mind. Price is probably more than 1 to 1 at this point. 60, just secure some profit. In fact, let's go if we can. I think I have to adjust my take profits because it was supposed to be about 60 pips. Sorry, we took profit because I'm sorry, like we price cleared this high, right? But we didn't account for the few pips that we made. So that was why the 2:1 take profit wasn't at the right place, but it is now. It's it's way easier in real life because that one you have to wait every 15 minutes for a candle to print. But this one, I kind of press it in every second, and then we just move so you can see as many examples as possible in a short period of time. Again, this low, for example, is it looks like it's being violated on the other side. It's already been violated. So what we want to do is sell just have stop loss above structure, selling hopefully that's 1-to-1, and then we move on. Uh, let's shrink out just a bit so I can see something. We're risking 60, and it's already done 48. So that's about 80%, but hopefully that's just a bit more. Break that low. Now we can secure some profits. It's already broken the low. Secured profit 120. That's 2 times what we're risking. And prices retraced again. Um, let's keep going. Actually, let's keep going. Helping you guys. So this can be a good exercise for you. You have this low, and price already broke and closed. And let me see what the RSI is doing, for example. The RSI hasn't broken that low, unfortunately. If you and let me use line 2, you can see here and here. It just hasn't. But let me try and expand this so you guys can see. But it hasn't yet broken it. So we wait till it does. And if it's close to our entry, a potential entry, right? We sell. Still nothing yet. And even in fact for this structure too, still nothing yet. So it's probably you know, some divergence that has been shown, and now we have something interesting. Right, we can move this here. And this is something I find interesting. So we have the low being set here, right? This low, and obviously the if you can, let's try and expand this a bit. These boxes, right? We have the low being set here, and it's on the other side in that area, right? If you can see, it's in this area. So is this kind of peak, but is this trust, so this move down just a bit. If you can see this move down, and now the RSI has already like cleared that level. You can see that with our line too, that like that low, the RSI has already cleared, and price has also all cleared it. If you have the charts in front of you, it might be easier. If you want to, need more help with the RSI stuff, you can sign up for my courses so I can help you with one-on-one. Or you can, watch this video a few times if it's hard to spot in the first place. Just, use this free resource as best you can. Sell, yeah, because you have the break. There's probably momentum. The RSI is telling us so we just hope. Let's watch price do its thing. And with how much are you risking again? 100 and something pips, 102 pips, about 96. So it's almost 1-to-1. You can at this point make sense to have your stop loss at break even and just securing some profits. Let's see how far price goes. Going down. In fact, I want to put my stop loss in. And manage your trade the way you feel is best. But I have some maybe a bit more experience, so I have an idea where I want my stop loss to be when I'm managing a trade like this, and it hits my stop loss, and it continued. In fact, let's just look for another opportunity. Oh, and in fact, if I have put my stop loss where I initially wanted to put in, which is here, just getting greedy, But initially I wanted to put it at this high, for example. But if I did, would have hit TP, right? I think because it broke those lows, so would have hit TP, for example. And that would have been what 4,000, for example. And then we would have looked for the next opportunity again. We have this low again. It's been broken by the RSI. Let me see if the RSI is corresponding. Again, there's some divergence. You are not selling. You're just waiting, and it's going to filter it out. And then you wait on this one. Like this re-entry, you have this low here, and RSI has broken the low, and let's go back by a candle, for example, and it hasn't yet on that previous candle. So I think it makes it's on. This is on the. Let me try to expand this for you guys. You can see it's broken it on the RSI. So what you want to do, and also it's broken it and it's broken. It's a bit far from my entry, but it's not that far. So you can make your have your stop loss instead of your stop loss being all the way here. Can just accommodate a few pips, right? You are missing, and then you sell, and if it does 1 to 1, you move your stop loss. But unfortunately, this was a loss. Um, yeah. Let's keep going. I've done 12 trades. That's another long video. Sorry. Let's go back a candle, and let me. It's two candles actually. And this low has been set again. It's just rinse and repeat basically. Like rinse and repeat. Low has been set. Low is broken. You sell, right? It's low. It's also broken on the other side. You sell 29 pips. Pin rates 58, about 60 pips makes sense. And prices are take profit, for example. And I mean that's basically it. It's how many times do you hit take profit? I think 1, 2, 3, 4 times. That's not bad out of like 13 times. There's other times where managing risk, moving our stop losses, and engaging in sound trading, for example, and we have the win rate on our side. It's about 77. And I've tested this over a longer time, it is about 80%, like working. So if you like the video, like it, subscribe for more content. If I get 100 likes, I'll do maybe a longer simulation of this particular strategy. But yeah, I'm here for you guys. I'm here to help you, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But without further ado, I want to say thank you all for being here. Happy trading and all the best. Take care.